How's it going, everyone? Links Forte here to bring you my week 1 battle of the UBL, the Ultimate Battle League. This week I'm going up against Dubious. I think he's formerly known as Deebs, and his team is the Calgary. Oh crap! The Calgary Flame Wheels. There you go. I could not remember that for the life of me for a second. But anyway, when I was prepping for his team, or let me talk about my team since I didn't do a draft analysis or anything like that, just because it was lack of time that I had and kind of lack of interest in doing one. So there was a lot going into it. As you can see, the 6 mon that I am bringing, it's Aggron, Tangrowth, Azumarill, which we get one Z-mon, we get one Z user in this league, and Azumarill is mine. So I'm allowed to use Z status moves and things like that. Rotom, Mega Beedrill, Darmanitan. I also have Volbeat. Actually, let me pull this up because I'm not remembering all of it off the top of my head. I have Volbeat, Kyurem, regular Kyurem, Pangoro. I almost said Pangrowth. Pangoro, Landers T, and Azelf. So anyway, like I said, this is my team that I have here. The 6-mon that he brought, I believe I predicted all 6 of them. If not, maybe I got one wrong. He also has Kecleon on his team. I thought that could have been a bring for him, just to apply Fake Out. Maybe a Alolan Marowak. There was a lot of things he could have brought to this battle. He also has Necrozma, so honestly, I'm not even going to say I predicted all 6 because I felt like there was a lot he could have brought. But Manaphy, Tangela, I knew for a fact he would bring. Mega Pidgeot too, just because it's his fastest mon. So, I mean, those 3 I knew for a fact were coming. Alola 9 cells, you know, I felt like it could come just because, hey, you sort of get screens up. I don't want to say for free, but you basically get them up. So, yeah, I kind of had a good feeling about his team. Like I said, those 4 mons I was sure about. I guess it was like the last 2 I just wasn't sure about. I mean, but I felt like anything could come. Scarf Flygon just to take on whether it be a Scarflander, Scarf Darmanitan, or even Beedrill, depending on what that thing is running. I think actually Outrage would just do it, maybe even just Dragon Claw. But Scarf Flygon felt like a good bring to me. And then the 6-mon is his Cobalion. So, but when I went to prep for his team, I was looking at my team and just trying to figure everything out. Manaphy was kind of my biggest worry. But one thing I knew he couldn't do was like bring Z-Rain Manaphy, because Manaphy still needs to get a tail glow up. Therefore, it would leave him with 2 slots. And if he went like Scald and Ice Beam, then he would not have coverage for Azumarill. But if he wanted to like go Scald Energy Ball, he would not have coverage for Tangrowth, which is another reason why I went Assault Vest Tangrowth. If I did not say I went Assault Vest Tangrowth already. Yeah, I went Assault Vest Tangrowth in this battle. So I kind of knew that Manaphy wouldn't be carrying its Z move this week. I went Spadef, mostly Spadef, Aggron. Again, I went Z Belly Drum on Azumarill. Azumarill was a last minute switch, by the way. I originally had Azelf on the team, mostly like a defensive, well, maybe like a bulky offensive set with Nasty Plot. But at the last minute, maybe like the day before this battle happened, I looked it over and was like, man, I feel like Azumarill would be a good bring here, maybe a lot of potential. And I played around with the EVs. Originally, like I had like a lot of bulk, no speed, maybe like a little bit of speed, and then I realized, oh wait, Tangela is actually somewhat fast compared to Azumarill. It outspeeds Azumarill, so I had to put enough speed EVs just in case so I could outspeed Tangela as well as avoid a speed creep. Rotom is E-Belt, Mega B is Mega B, and then Scarf Darmanitan. And without further ado, let's jump into this battle. So I really wasn't sure what it was he would want to lead with, but I kind of figured Rocks would be really good to have up on his side of the field. So when I looked it over, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to lead Aggron. Obviously, he can't do anything to one-shot me, so that would be my best lead just to get Rocks up. If he was going to have a defogger, it was either going to be Flygon or it was going to be Mega Pidgeot, and I really felt like Mega Pidgeot wasn't going to have defog. So it was a good thing that I just let off because he's going to U-turn out of here. Not sure what this set is. It could be almost anything, I feel like. But I was fearing Scarf the entire battle. But like I said, at this point, I'm just going to get up my rocks. As he does... during the battle, I questioned why he brought this in, and now I'm looking at it as like, okay, well, he brought this in to avoid rocks because he could be Focus Sash. But I also kind of figured, you know, he's going to be HP ground, which is the main reason why you bring this thing in, or he was going to try and get up screens, one of the two. But I saw no reason not to Heavy Slam, as he does indeed go for the HP ground, but I'm specially invested, so, you know, I have no problem living that. And I'm going to get off this big Heavy Slam, and as you're going to see, he does indeed have Focus Sash. Now my next play I kind of contemplated on. I could have just gone for another heavy Slam and just killed this thing, but I was fearing that he would just try to get screens up, so I felt like my best play was to click Brick Break, and is the main reason why I was carrying Brick Break on Aggron was to make sure screens were gone. As he does go for the Aurora expecting me to go ahead and kill Ninetales. So it was just, you know, a little prediction there to make life easier for me in the long run. At this point, I really don't have any use for Aggron. I'm just looking at Aggron like, what can you really do? Do you offer anything for me in the long run? As he bring in Mega Pidgeot, it's gonna take the rocks damage, and I'm just like, okay, well, Heat Wave is coming. I could try and make the prediction, go into Darmanitan. I'm Scarf, like I said, and I could just do a lot of damage. But I opt to just stay in and take the Heat Wave and, you know, let Aggron go down and make the next play my best play. It is basically kind of what I was thinking at this point. So I am going to go into Rotom just to bluff the Scarf. And I'm going to click HPI. So, you know, he hard switches. Like I said, he's fearing the Scarf. I click HPI as that's my best play, as it hits 3 Mon on his team. And I really wanted to catch that Flygon, to be honest, but that going into Tangela was probably the better play, just because it could have taken a Thunderbolt if I wanted to go for it. I do catch that Tangela, do a lot of damage to it, to find out it's mostly physically defensive. As he switches into Cobalion, and I click Shadow Ball, not wanting Cobalion to come in. Shadow Ball is mainly for Cobalion. I didn't want to hit a click Thunderbolt on that, or a potential Flygon even. As he sees I'm not Scarf because I went for the Shadow Ball and I get this Def Drop, and I'm like, I made a bad play here. I did click Thunderbolt, and I probably should just click Shadow Ball again, because nothing on his team wanted to take a Shadow Ball. If Cobalion wanted to stay in, I took it out, and HP Ice was not the play. But I calced this, and I knew I could take a Dragon Claw as long as he wasn't banded. Outrage I wasn't going to take, but if he locked himself into Outrage, I had a free switch into Azumarill. So he's going to U-turn out on Rotom as I click Shadow Ball here. Because he no longer has the Spadef Drop, I know I can't kill, but I'm going to get a lot of damage off on this thing. As he's just going to go ahead and Iron Head probably for damage and try to get a flinch, and he does get the flinch. And I'm just kind of annoyed because it's just more damage that Rotom has to take, potentially flinching me to death. But it is what it is. Rotom actually does not get flinched on the second one, and Rotom is able to get a kill. Rotom put in so much work, like just punching holes in his team. Did some damage to the Flygon, took out the Cobalion. Did some damage to the Tangela, although, you know, it just regenerated or healed that off. As he's going to bring in his Mega Pidgeot and just take me out, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Rotom did a great job. This Mega Pidgeot came in on rocks twice, so it's at 51% because, you know, you have an odd HP stat when you have a flying type. Oh no, it's at exactly 50, so just, I guess, miss EV'd or, you know, forgetting to drop it down to level 50 when breeding the Pokemon. But anyway, he's going to U-turn out on my Azumarill. He told me he was expecting me to just go for the Belly Drum, and I was about to, except I saw that he had Manaphy in the back, and Manaphy was the stop to this. But I do get a crit on the Play Rough. I don't think it mattered too much because I calced it in the Energy Ball I was going to live, which I was expecting him to just go for, which is why I clicked Z Belly Drum here. Because after a Belly Drum, Even the Aqua Jet took out Manaphy, so I was perfectly fine just going for the belly drum here. Now, the only way for me to kill Tangela is to land a Play Rough. Honestly, at this range, I probably could have taken it out with a Liquidation, but I wanted to be sure and just click Play Rough. As he does go back into Manaphy to sack it off, trying to get some more regenerated health for Tangela, so he can potentially try to take it. I don't know. I mean, it was a guaranteed OHKO even if he was max on Tangela. It did Play Rough did a minimum of 147. The only thing I had to worry about was whether or not I would hit, and luckily I do. So I'm in a very happy mood right now because at this point, Flygon can come in and I click Aqua Jet, which is exactly what's going to happen here. Mega Pidgeot comes in and I click Aqua Jet. Both of them died to this +6 Aqua Jet from Azumarill. So like I said, I'm in a very happy mood. Azumarill came in and just picked up the last 4 kills to give us our first win of the UBL, starting us off really well, making me happy. And also, I just wanted to apply, like, as this battle ends, I just want to apologize to you guys because I swore I had this issue figured out when it came to recording live comms, because I recorded this live comm and I went to go edit, and it just, like, it was really bad. Like, OBS messed it up, but either way, you know, we managed to get the win, so I'm happy no matter what. I'm just gonna go back to I'm gonna go back to using regular OBS. I switched over to OBS Studio and I'm just having way too many troubles with it. I mean, maybe at some point I'll figure it out, but for now I'm going back to regular OBS and we're just gonna rock out with this. So live comms should definitely be back for both leagues next week. Anyway, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out Dubious and his side of the battle. Subscribe to his channel if you're not already subscribed. And I will catch you guys next week. This is Lynx Forte. I'm out. Peace.